Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well, and in today's video we're taking a look at this tubular copper crimp set from Someline. Someline are a Chinese manufacturer. It's the cardboard box that it all arrives in, and they are available from Amazon. They only seem to make crimpers, but you can see here, Chinese company, the address, email, everything, and they do have an EU rep and a UK rep as well, so there's no hiding that. Quite happy to let you know who they are, made in PRC, down at the bottom there. The box itself that it comes in is a polypropylene plastic box. We've got two latches at the front here, a little fold away handle. At the back we've got our hinge pin in there, so it's a standard hinge there, or a proper hinge I should say. So hopefully that will last a reasonable length of time. The case is fairly soft, it's a little bit sort of like springy, it's not a hard plastic that they've used, so if you thumped it, it might well break reasonably easily. You can see at the front there, this is the crimps that come within the kit. We've got ring terminals for 10mm cable M5 and M6, and then some inlines, and then for our 16mm and our 25mm we've got M6 and M8 ring crimps, and then again our inlines. So the crimp itself is a 10 to 25mm hexagonal crimp. Inside the little box there, we can open her up, and we do get a little instruction leaflet. It comes in there in multiple languages. So you've got some instructions for use on what constitutes a good crimp, some advantages and disadvantages between the different types, and it does show you the different types between the crimps here as well that you should be using. So these tubular ones, this is the type of crimp that you should be using with this hexagonal crimp, and not these SC types, or these forged form types I should say. They're not compatible with this type of crimper. A bit more on its instructions for use on the back there as well. So that's the little leaflet that comes with it, quite nice, quite well written. The crimper, it's got some little bits of foam wrapped around it. If you keep foam in there, because it rattles around quite a bit, if you're not, I need to get a bit of shadow foam and cut it out properly. Put that in there, so we'll just put them to one side. Have a look at the crimps again. It's soft, it's flexible kind of case, so yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. And then we have our crimps all to see there. First thing, of course, we don't actually get too many crimps. For each ring crimp there are 5 of, and then there are 3 inline crimps of each size, and then you do get heat shrink for each of the different sizes. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of heat shrink in there. Now, if we take our little crimps out, you can use one piece of, I should use the larger size actually, shouldn't I? One length there will cover 2 crimps, so you would use 5 up for that, and then our inline crimps, you would need really the full length of heat shrink, so you don't have enough heat shrink for the amount of crimps that are included within the kit, but that's a fairly minor issue. I would say really it's not, this stuff's to a penny, isn't it? You buy it in long strips and then just cut it to whatever length you want, so it's just a little whinge really. What you do get is nice is the actual compartment sides here, the extra ones that aren't used in the kit, so you can, if you want to reuse the case for something else or change its layout for something, different number of crimps or types of crimps or whatever, you've got the option there to do that, which is quite a nice touch, I believe. So we'll put that to one side and bring our crimpers back in. These are the crimpers themselves, just fairly basic. They're quite a thin crimper, not much to them there. Obviously you can see the hexagonal die there. The dies are not replaceable, they are machined into the jaws, so that's your lot. If these wear or damage them in any way, shape or form, that's the whole crimper off to the recycle bin. The handles there are, they're a solid, fairly smooth plastic So they are a little bit slippery, and I guess for this kind of cable you'll probably be using gloves, so it may not be too much of an issue. But yeah, ratcheting, you see that's what it opens up to up there, so it's usually bigger than most people's hand spans, and so it starts being a two-handed operation with it really. And we do have the release lever there for partially closed, so if you've set it up wrong you can flick that and open it up. No problems whatsoever. So that's them. They're reasonable, good quality. You can feel the seam on the handle here. I guess these edges here are a little bit sharp in places, but they're not too bad. I believe that's laser etching on there. You can feel that, so it feels, yeah, it's like it's burnt into the metal itself. So hopefully that will last a while. And not get rubbed off. And if you put it right to the front, you can see it's got the sizes in there, and then the crimping order for a ring terminal, and then the inline there. So we can have a wee little look at what this goes like. We've got some 10mm there, and see how we get on. Ooh. Do our second one. So that's our 10mm earth there. Lug will be the same, won't it? Shouldn't be a problem. These ones here, the lugs that I used when we did the perceiver crimp set, which is over at the back there. They didn't work too well with those really. So look at this is from the perceiver there, the 10mm that I had there with the inline crimps that I had. That's this one here that you can see. Hopefully it will focus. And then that's our hexagonal one, much nicer crimp. Much prefer that crimp to what that one did really. I mean, this is held, it's not come adrift or anything, but yeah, as you close up of you, do tend to find hexagonal crimps operate a lot better really. We do have this is our 16mm, so we'll try one of those as well from the kit. Oops, a bit close together on that one. But yeah, it's sort of quite nice, won't it? Let's see if we get one right on the end as well. Fair bit of effort involved in using the yeah, that's about as good as we're going to get, I think. Just slipping off the end there really, you might be able to get it, that's me that messed it up, really got those too close together. But yeah, again, this is the proper type of crimp for the pressive one there, the one with the cutout in it, whereas the SC type, whereas this is the tubular type. But again, it is a much better crimp, I find, but it's sort of flexible. You can have a look at as well. Get the crimp on. This is 16mm as well. Yes, it's crimped upon the soft flexible cable as well. No problems whatsoever with that one. And then finally our 25. I've got a bit of tail here off to the side. Now 25 is a bit more entertaining because you've seen the spread on the handles there. Now with the other two crimps, there is enough to lock this up and put this onto the latch when you first position it, but with our 25 you can't do that. So you have to actually start it off and then move again. And I'm using the table here to support with this to get that to go, because it's just too wide for my hand to reach across there and start the crimp initially. But there you go, onto the tail there. So it's crimped all nice, well and good, and then your heat shrink you'll be able to put over and heat shrink on should you want to, if you can get the right colour. So yeah, that's our Someline crimp set. Quite a nice little crimper really. If you're working a little bit with tails, or especially for earth, to put onto earth rods or onto steels and structures, something like that, it's quite a nice little kit to carry around with you. Quite happy with it. As I said, you can reconfigure stuff. If you've got a different bin for heat shrink, then you could put some different terminals in there, whatever suited you, some different crimp terminals, however you wanted to lay it out. So for these style of crimps, I do prefer this, as opposed to the Precision one over there. I'd say these were fairly good value for money. On Amazon for £40 I paid for these, so yeah, fairly good value for money I would say. I just need to sort out my phone to hold that in place properly, and we are good to go. And that's our Someline Tubular crimp set. That'll be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you found it useful, and I'll see you again in the next one.